And also, knock that off. What the?
Let me make sure it's still recording.
Okay. That's a great plan.
Huh.
Good? Okay.
Nice.
Ted Raimi and mother.
Swallow this.
Welcome back to Reasonably Afraid. Today we are doing a very special episode in honor of a very special person, Sean. And that person is our co-host.
Oh, me?
For Ray Reyes' birthday, everybody.
Yeah.
We
I thought
are.
this was for both of our birthdays.
Both
That's
of
the
your
next one.
birthdays.
Yeah.
I'm claiming the second one for no particular reason. Both our birthdays are 2 days apart. So,
Well, the second one should be mine because we're doing Evil Dead Rise on the second one, aren't we?
Hey, happy birthday, Ray. Happy prelated, Zach.
Yeah.
today we're doing a very special episode for me. This is my birthday episode.
This is Zach's birthday episode.
Oh.
I get Evil Dead 2 and Rise.
Okay,
You
happy
get Evil
birthday,
Dead in
Zach.
the remake.
For my
Happy-
birthday, we're talking about the original
Push this shit
1981
on
classic. The original 1981 classic, Evil Dead from Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell. Also, we will be talking about the remake from 2013, which is really more of a, what do they call it? Like a reimagining,
Reimagined.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Reboot, reimagining.
Who's- You said and Bruce Campbell. Did he direct this too?
No, but Bruce Campbell, we'll get into why, but he became a producer on the project.
Oh.
So
As
pretty
he
cool.
should.
Yeah. I mean, it's Bruce Campbell. Come on, baby.
Campbell's
So
chicken noodle
what are you singing?
Wait, is
possibilities.
he? Did he make Campbell chicken noodle soup?
No, unrelated. I looked it up.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Well, any true blue horror fan out there knows that Evil Dead is the progenitor of most things in modern horror, especially, of course, the cabin story. There were some other horror movies that involved cabins, but the trope was pretty much solidified in the public's mind with Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. This movie is from 1981. It's 85 minutes long. It is rated NC-17, which means if you're not 17 or older, you can't go.
Nope.
You can go have a job.
What does NC stand for? Not children?
Yeah, no children under 17. Yeah. You could have a job and go to work in your car, but
Yeah.
you can't go see. It's pretty
That's
absurd.
true.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're talking about the Evil Dead today. It's Evil Dead Day, baby. So stoked.
I've been wanting to do this episode for a long time.
Yeah. We were going to do it for Day of the Dead. And then it felt a little on the nose to do Day of the Dead on Day of the Dead.
Yeah, but I also wanted to get like a well-established flow before we decided to pick out this one because this is this is one of my favorite horror movies.
Yeah, arguably we might have taken on Scream and Halloween a little early in the podcast, but it came out pretty good. But I also part of the podcast is making sure that our buddy Sean knows all about
The classics.
He's got to know the classics.
I don't want to be confused. And I heard this is on the Mount Rushmore of foundational horror movies.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
So let's check in with Sean before we jump in. Sean, which one did you like more, the original or the remake?
I'll go. I like them both. I'll go the original.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Got a little more heart to it.
I was surprised. I mean, I think Ray can vouch for me because we saw that one together. But I did laugh like out loud a number of times. I thought it was
Yeah.
I don't know how intentional it was, but I did like. I feel like sometimes it felt kind of intentional.
Yeah,
I
most of
don't
their
know.
stuff was pretty intentional.
Yeah,
A lot of it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was funny and it was.
It's like the total opposite of Death Spa.
Yeah,
Like-
and it was also like at least the setting and stuff and like the whatever you call it, like the set makeup and everything, design and everything. It felt like it grounded it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if put it in a very real world.
Yeah, because even like on our last couple of episodes where we
I
did
was
Death
getting
Spa, when we did Death Spa and Killer Workout,
Yeah.
both of those gyms don't even feel like
No.
Like and they were is the crazy thing.
Which is, yeah, that's true.
It's just the 80s was nuts.
I was pissed off. This was made in the 80s though. So
Yeah. This is 81. Yeah.
This is my.
But they shot it in 79, 80. So it's crazy. Yeah. Okay, so that's good to know. You enjoyed both, but yeah, I feel like the original just has a little more heart to it. Like like it feels like a group of friends got together and just made a cool thing they liked.
Is there a consensus? Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there are people who like the remake better. I don't know who they are. I've never met them.
Yeah.
Do people respect it at least?
Yes.
Yeah, I think sometimes you get those people who are just like kind of hating on it just for the fact that it's just like, don't ever fucking remake the Evil Dead. Or it's like, all right, whatever, dude. But for the most part, I think Evil Dead is just like one of those series that it's just genuinely beloved.
Yeah.
Like fans will love everything that they put out.
Yeah. Well, one of the big reasons too why they weren't able to get this off the ground at first, and why it finally did come to fruition, is because
they were waiting for them to make the original first.
That's a really good point. Yeah. They had to. They had to make. I don't know if you guys know this. Got to make the first one.
Yeah. They couldn't get it off the ground.
Then you can go back.
Like we should make a remake for Evil Dead, and they're like, "What's Evil Dead?"
You'll see.
I don't know.
It's just like I'm so ahead of my time.
Bruce Campbell. Who? But Bruce Campbell was actually, love Bruce Campbell, but it is very apparent through doing the study of these films that Bruce Campbell, and I think with good reason, he is very guarded about his character Ash. Ash is like an icon at this point, and especially by the time they did this remake. They had already shot 3 films. There's a series of comics. There's action figures. Like there's merch. I mean, there's a. And
then we got this guy.
Yeah. We got our friend behind us here.
Yeah, he's supposed to be Ash. That's it. Yeah. That's why he had the chainsaw in his hand, which is now on the tree. But
there's a skeleton right behind us.
Oh yeah, if you're listening on Spotify,
there's a skeleton that we model after Ash.
Yeah, but he was very protective of his character. So his whole thing was he was like, I don't want to do a remake because you started thinking like, who's gonna play Ash again, like this iconic role,
Oh yeah.
But once he saw that they were not trying to, basically once they let him know like Ash is not going to be a character, we're just doing an entire reimagining. That's when he was like, okay, it's fine. Like I don't. Because it would have been fucking ridiculous. Like, you get somebody like, who's the guy who played Edward Cullen? What's Batman and everything?
Oh, yeah. Robert.
Yeah. You could just see,
I figured, Pat, was it
Pattinson? Yeah. You could just see some studio being like, no, we're going to put him in and everybody. I mean, the horror community would have ended that. This movie would have been funny
if he reprised the role and it's all a bunch of college students, but he's just super, like he's just much older than everyone else.
It's like the Steve Buscemi meme with the skateboard. Hello, fellow teenagers. So that's how.
What would have been good is Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, he just does every horror remake.
Psycho is a good remake.
Don't do that.
I like that one.
That was your first angry moment on the pod.
I did get pissed, but it's good. I did like Vince. You can roll the receipts. Go ahead, show the clip.
Go ahead.
I defend him.
You're going and roll episode 2 of Psycho.
Yeah, we did talk a lot.
Yelling about it. I defended Vince. I was there.
Yeah, you.
We did give him a lot of praise. Yeah, for sure.
Dude, we called him hot mostly. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh my God, Vince Vaughn, I loved your performance in Psycho Remastered. I'd love to suck your dick about it sometime.
Okay. Wait, when was the first time you saw Evil Dead? Because Sean, it was yesterday.
Okay, well, I'm still like, I'd be honest, it's like, so like, I've talked about this before where like, a lot of my exposure to like horror movies were haunted houses. Yeah. And so when the remake came out, I did the Evil Dead haunted house, and then I did Ash versus Evil Dead haunted house, and I was just always kind of confused. I was like, is this scary or comedy?
Yeah.
And then I saw Evil Dead Rise was like the first Evil Dead movie I saw.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. So it's like I had been exposed to Evil Dead a lot. No, it didn't come out last year.
Rise? Yeah, it was 23.
No, it was 22. 22.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, anyway, because
You
we had
sound
just
stupid. It
moved
was
to LA.
2 years ago.
We had just moved to LA, and I was very high when I watched it, and I was like, what the fuck did I just watch? And after that, it just became like an obsession. Just watching everything that I can find about Evil Dead. And then I watched the series. We watched the movies like over and over again. And I just became like obsessed with the series. So I'm still relatively new to the Evil Dead, but
it's a cool way in. Like I think a lot of people find ways into horror in interesting ways. Like I just saw my godkids and when I was in Florida, and I took them to get whatever they wanted. I was like, I might have forgot their birthdays, and I felt terrible. And they know the rule. Anytime I forget their birthdays, they get both their birthdays are in December, so they get to double up, and they get double whatever they would have gotten for Christmas. So I just said, look, I feel terrible. Let me take you guys for Christmas. I'll take you to GameStop and buy whatever you want.
Nice.
And my godson Lucas just found the Killer Clowns from Outer Space 4-pack Funko Pop box that was there, and he was like, I want this. And I was like, you like Killer Clowns? He's like, yeah. I was like, what got you into it? He's like, the Funko Pops. He's like, it just looked cool. So then I watched the movie.
Yeah.
It was just so wow. That's such a weird way to like see a horror film. Like,
I don't even know what Killer Clowns are.
Oh,
I know they are, but
we're gonna get there.
I know.
I think I'd seen like parts of Army of Darkness when I was a kid too.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, but I didn't know. My way in was a video game. It was Fistful of Boomstick.
What?
Which is like, I
don't even know what that is.
It's a video game.
This is.
Thank God you have us. But yeah, I told the story about I was dating a girl. She cheated on me, and then like I found out, and then she begged me to not break up with her. But I told her I wanted to think about it so I could finish playing Fistful of Boomstick. And then I beat it, and then I took it back to her and broke up with her.
Oh.
Because I was 18.
That's
and
right.
I needed to finish that game.
That's
right.
That's
such a funny story. That's such a fucking dude thing to do. Listen, I'm not deeply invested in this relationship, but I am deeply invested in this video game.
Oh, you took the power back in that moment.
Yeah. Anyway, so we all know how we got into this now. I do want to say that I think the best way to dive into the story of Evil Dead would be to have... since it's your pick, I feel like let the brief synopsis about what the Evil Dead is, in case you haven't seen it in a long time, or in case you're new to horror. You
whose birthday episode is it?
It's Zach. Zach, you should do
but
it. I'll do.
You do the other one then. You do the remaster.
I'll do the remaster.
Oh, you want to do the remaster?
No. They're the same story. You do the first. You do the basic premise and plot line, and then I'll do Rise.
Little inside baseball here. I do this so I can get my shit together.
Oh,
it gives me a moment to.
Well, that just ruined the magic of it all.
Well, you guys called me out on camera. We're supposed to be a team, but to be fair, I should have let you know. I should have let you know.
Just ruining the episode that we've been so anticipating by just fucking talking inside baseball.
Oh my God, Santa's not real. Zach's
you know what? Everyone just desubscribe from Patreon. We're fucking done, dude. Don't do that.
Man, there's so much equipment to pay off.
Honestly, no, I'm being serious. Everyone send Zach hate mail.
Send him so much hate mail.
Yeah,
do it on your fucking shit.
No, if you ever see him in person, punch him.
Kick him right in the dick.
I'm serious.
Fucking fight you.
Okay, I won't.
I'll let you get your hits in.
All right, Ray. Just give him a brief synopsis. You don't have to you don't got to do the moment by moment. Just if you had to tell somebody about Evil Dead, what would you tell them?
Yeah, honestly, though, I will say I don't know why you're against this either, though, Ray. No, I'm
not against it. I thought we were trading off.
Do you want Sean to do it?
No. Don't put that on me. This is his. I love it so much.
No. I want to do Rise. Rise is my favorite.
You can do
Rise
both.
is my first one. All right, I'll do both. All right. So first of all,
thank you.
You have a group of college students, 3 girls, 2 guys. Show up.
Okay, good. I was gonna say the ratio.
Yeah. 2 and 8. Well, you got to know the ratio. You have to have more women than you have men, because then men get competitive.
Yeah,
men get competitive, and it becomes a problem. Just too many guys makes it more of a guy mood, and then that just turns off the women, and you don't want that. You don't want that. 3 women.
Tell me about
guys.
it, brother.
You got Ash, Ash's sister, Ash's girlfriend, and then Cheryl. Right? Cheryl's the girlfriend of the other guy.
Friend.
Are they friends?
Yeah,
Or they...
that's what they said.
Yeah, he does say friend. He doesn't say girlfriend. Well, anyways, they get to a creepy cabin in the woods, which they were just going to, have a good time, get drunk, have fun. Turns out the cabin is way too fucking run down because they got it for cheap. They're just hanging out, and all of a sudden the cellar door just slams open out of nowhere. They go downstairs to check it out. Ash and the other guy. What was the other guy's name again?
The other guy's name is
Scott.
That's
So
the one.
Ash and Scott go downstairs to go see what's going on, what's rustling around there. They find a shotgun, a very weird looking dagger, and a very weird looking book. This book right here. Yeah.
The shotgun didn't look weird.
It didn't look real?
No, it didn't look weird.
Yeah, look like,
It's
like a
just
regular.
normal shotgun. Just very normal
Like
shotgun.
regular.
And then a bunch of tapes. And so they're sitting around hanging out. Girls are getting a little bit more creeped out. Scott decides to play the tapes. The tapes start explaining how the book is bringing back demons and possessing people. And the only way to kill them is dismemberment. And eventually the tapes start singing a chant. It starts freaking out the girls. A fucking tree goes straight through the window, freaks everybody the fuck out. And then suddenly one of the girls goes out to check out what's outside. She gets molested by trees.
Oh, yeah.
Comes back in. They're playing cards. She starts guessing the cards that she can't see, and then becomes a demon and starts wreaking havoc. They manage to lock her in the basement, but she got a couple stabs and swipes at someone else. She becomes a demon, and then eventually starts. So all three women are demons now, just fucking up Ash and Scott for a very decent chunk of time. They're fighting off these demons. Eventually, they kill one of them, chop her into pieces. Bury her outside. That's when Ash's girlfriend becomes a demon after Scott decides to try to leave. Scott comes back all fucked up because the trees beat the shit out of him. If I can take that, you climate change denying piece of shit.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, I assume so. and after that, Ash is now in the battle with all these fucking deadites. They're torturing him. He's going crazy. Decides to chop up his girlfriend with a chainsaw. Couldn't bring himself to do it, so he decides to try to bury her. She gets out of the burial grounds and then fucking attacks him. He knocks her head off with a shovel, and he basically goes on with this stick for quite a bit till the sun rises, and he thinks he's done, and he's not. And that's how it ends.
Great job, dude.
Oh, what do you mean
Thank
he's
you.
not?
Well, the demon shows back up.
Oh, yeah, which one?
Well, it's just the general behind the camera demon.
The camera POV demon.
Oh, yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah,
dude.
they never really show him. Even in the movies, they never, or the show, they don't show the POV demon.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. Like, part of you wants to see it, part of you wants to know, because they do react to it. It's not just like this invisible, like people see it and scream. Part of you wants to know, but the other party is like, it's more terrifying almost, like to have that point of view, because it's also like that. What is it? That fisheye lens, right, where it's like curved.
Yeah.
So it's like you're like seeing through the eye of like something
it's
evil.
probably like a fish then.
Yeah, when it's a giant fish.
Swimming through the air.
Okay, you guys ready to get into it?
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it, dude. Sam Raimi made this film with his friends. This is part of the pretty much the model that every filmmaker has done since this movie came out. It was, remember how we talked about Cabin Fever, right?
Yeah.
Where they were like, this whole go out in the woods and shoot a thing with your friends and then go and find funding. And like, I mean, it's literally the archetype. Like, pretty much exactly what Eli Roth did was just match this. Now,
Yeah.
This was they all were from the Detroit area. They all went to, or a bunch of them went to high school together, and also college. And they actually they were able to raise money for this film. They shot a short film together, and the way they raised money for the short film, because remember back in the day, it wasn't all digital, right? You had to actually go and buy film and like really like light your stuff. You couldn't just fuck around with some, cameras and phones and shit like that.
No.
Like you had to go buy shit. So they took all the Super 8 movies that they shot together when they were in high school and early college, and then they would take them in, they would show them in auditoriums in the school, and then they would show them and charge a ticket price.
You can do that?
Yeah. And they also got a discount because it was like if you were a part of a certain club. So like they found out which clubs got you a discount on renting out the auditorium, and then they would like get it at
Join those clubs.
Yeah.
For nefarious purposes. They didn't actually care about the club.
No.
Now we don't know. Maybe they were very good at Key Club or whatever.
You're right.
We don't know. I'm gonna guess probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Do they have a horror movie club?
No, but nowadays they would for sure. Yeah. So they raised a bunch of money doing that to get their short film off the ground. They got their short film off the ground, and they used that as it was called. What was the name of it? It was called Within the Woods, and so it was basically just like a quick version of what you see in Evil Dead, but like a much more like without all the makeup and blood and everything, because it was more suspense driven, but with the implication that like if you give us some money, we'll fuck shit up.
Yeah.
So they used that, and they went around and they raised their goal. I think their goal was like 150,000 to get a budget. They were like, we can do it with that, and I think they went into production at first with only like $90,000. So then, as time went on, and as time went on, they started to get more and more money because they got more and more investors because their dailies, they started to get their dailies. Familiar with the term dailies?
No.
So dailies is the footage you shoot every day. You sit and you watch it and go through it and make sure that like it looks good, number one, that it's usable, and also that like you can start making notes for editing and stuff so it's faster to later too. And to make sure you don't have to reshoot stuff, right? So if you go, oh, that shot's fucked, we got to go back and do it.
Yeah. So that people saw that and they're like, oh, I like what I'm seeing.
Exactly. Yeah. They were able to do all that, and with like no corporate backing, no real like sponsorship from any film productions or anything like that. They just did it themselves. So cool, right?
Yeah. Respect.
If you don't know Sam Raimi,
Spider-Man.
Yeah, you should know Sam Raimi.
You should know Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi's a big deal.
Yeah.
He's a big deal.
All three Spider-Mans is Crime Wave, Iggy Pop music video that he shot for him, Darkman, The Grift, Drag Me to Hell, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. He's done a ton of shit. He also has a ton of producer credits because, he didn't just stay with doing, horror and Evil Dead. He produced, this is so funny. He produced some Jean-Claude Van Damme action movies that I watched as a kid because my dad, anytime an action movie come out, and he was like, we're fucking we're gonna watch Jean-Claude Van Damme and Steven Seagal just break people's necks.
Yeah.
A Hard Target, Time Cop, the Hercules TV movie, the Xena TV movie and series.
Hell yeah, dude.
The Grudge, American version of The Grudge.
That was Sam Raimi?
That was Sam Raimi. He produced, not directed. Produced that dog shit Boogeyman from 2005.
Yeah, you can't hit them all.
Yeah, you hit them. This is 30, but then he picked it back up with 30 Days a Night. So
that's Sam Raimi?
That's Sam Raimi.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
Come on, baby.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Right?
That makes so much sense.
Oh yeah, it's bloody as fuck and just so
Yeah.
much like it's so cool. And wasn't it like God, who was it that hadn't been Lucky Number 11 was when he had like come back from the guy from H2O. My mind's blanking. Josh Hartnett. Wasn't he in 30 Days a Night?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was him. But anyway, so yeah, long list of things there. Bruce Campbell, of course, all the Evil Dead stuff. Maniac Cop, Maniac Cop 2.
Who are you talking about, Bruce Campbell?
Yeah, Bruce Campbell.
Sky High.
Sky High.
Sky High.
Sky High.
Sky High. It's a good movie. I've seen that so many times.
I didn't write it down because I wasn't sure if anybody would give a shit, and you fucking knew it.
Yeah, you're right, Josh
Coach
Hartnett.
Boomer.
Okay, cool. Hudsucker Proxy, Congo.
Sidekick. He kicks the guy that turned into a ball.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that in forever, dude. Escape from L.A., Bubba Hotep, which we got to watch at some point. It's this crazy movie where he plays, he's Elvis that never really died, and he's like hiding out in a nursing home, pretending like he's not Elvis.
Yeah, wow.
And then
you think Elvis would do that? I feel like Elvis would go out.
Oh yeah, Elvis. Yeah, anybody who was like, "Oh, Elvis faked his own death," is like,
Yeah.
For
Elvis
what?
is like, there's no 14-year-olds in this nursing home.
Yeah, if anything, he wanted to die. He's like 72 virgins. Hell, you didn't. Do you guys know Elvis was Muslim? He's in Black Friday, which of course is that cool movie we touched on a little bit.
I love that movie.
yeah.
That's such a good movie.
We gotta
Bruce
cover that
Campbell and
next.
Michael J. White.
Yeah.
What a weird team up, but fucking dope though.
Yeah.
Michael J. White just doing kung fu on fucking zombies. It's so sick.
And of course, Ash versus the Evil Dead, the TV series. Before we jump into the rest of the cast,
he was in the Spider-Man movies and Multiverse of Madness.
That's
He's in
right.
like he'll cameo for Sam Raimi all the time.
anything Sam Raimi does, he's like,
Yeah.
Nice.
Bruce, you need some money?
After like watching the Evil Dead, I had more of appreciation for Multiverse of Madness because it's basically like as soon as the Disney execs left the room, he was just like, "All right, we're making a fucking Evil Dead movie."
Yeah,
And they're like, "What?"
it had an Army of Darkness vibe to it for sure.
Yeah. They have an evil book in it. You know,
Yeah.
there's a witch controlled by the evil book. There's eyeballs and shit. It's very there's a Deadite version basically of Doctor Strange. It's an Evil Dead movie.
Yeah. Man, that's a great point. That's you know what that brings me to the next point. The Evil Dead franchise, it has 2 sequels, which is Evil Dead 2, and then Army of Darkness, which is not labeled Evil Dead, but it is an Evil Dead movie, but it's just called Army of Darkness. There's a musical that
Really?
they signed off on it and authorized it, but no one that had anything to do with the movie.
It's not canon.
Correct, not canon. However, it is within the structure of the story.
Yeah.
2 reboots, obviously, the ones we're going to be touching on this week and next week. The TV series and 8+ video games. So
Yeah.
What?
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's a lot of video games.
Yeah. Okay, so
Wait, is that
yeah.
are they literally just Evil Dead video games, or was it Evil with? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know if I don't think I've played any. I don't think. Do they have any recent ones? No.
They have a recent one. It was online one that was kind of like a multiplayer one where like I don't know if you ever seen those games where like you're getting chased by like Jason. It's like the same type of gameplay but with the Evil Dead.
Okay.
I think a really fun one to play that's like such a time capsule of the early 2000s, late 90s is the Fistful of Boomstick one, because he's the dirtbag that they make him in Ash vs. Evil Dead, like where he's like full on like middle-aged dude just being a scumbag working there, like trying to fuck everybody and like
Trying to fuck everybody, saying racist shit.
Yeah, he's just running around the street and he's just he's just saying wild shit, and like the zombies take over a strip club and he's like, I gotta get in there. There's a cop like, you can't go in there. He's like, come on, one of them owes me money. Like, dude, it's a lot of fun. So the other actors in this, a lot of them didn't do a ton after this. They basically, most of them took time off until
He's got like a 6-pack in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, that's part of the mission. But yeah, so a lot of the actors in this, besides Bruce Campbell, they basically, most of them took the time off in between because there wasn't really a reason for them to keep acting unless they were going to like chase that as their passion, because they were doing this thing. They were in college. Like they were just kids, like most of them went on to get like regular jobs, and then every now and then they would like pop in for a thing. But then when the original horror conventions that started to pop in like the mid 2000s, when a lot of them started to spring up, that renewed interest in a lot of stuff, but also Bruce Campbell kind of became that icon after the Spider-Man stuff. And so a lot of these people, they got asked to do conventions. These people that like, these actors that like hadn't thought of these movies, and this is like pretty ubiquitous in like old horror movies. where when it all, like, remember I told you Black Christmas, like they were like, I thought no one would ever see this or care about this. Same exact thing with this. So basically everybody's IMDb, when you go to look it up, it's like nothing. And then like, it'd be like 98, this or this little small role, and then nothing. And then it was like 06 on all of them.
Started doing so regularly.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's crazy. Like this one movie just like created this whole like universe, you know?
Yeah, they're like, it's not my passion, but if it's coming to me, I guess.
Yeah.
No, it turns out I do like acting.
Yeah, go ahead and put another 0 on there.
Yeah. Oh,
I really like acting.
You know, ever since I was a child, I loved money.
Yeah, if only my career in psychology doesn't take off. They're like at a 6-figure job.
Yeah, I got distracted by being a neurosurgeon. Yeah, the only person who's ever been in show business with any integrity is that chick from Killer Workout that went on to become like this humanitarian. Like, they're like, you want to come back to movies? No, let her do what she's doing. Jesus. There was one, before we get into the fun facts, there was one thing that was super interesting that I wanted to tell you guys. I did a little digging, and Bloody Disgusting a few years ago released this, not a spec script, but like, I forget what they call it, like the summary of like a pitch for a movie. And it was an in-office memo from from New Line. And New Line, one of the producers in New Line leaked this on purpose to Bloody Disgusting magazine so that they could print it because they knew horror fans would be like, holy shit. So there's always this rumor about another Evil Dead movie. Because Army of Darkness is 93, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when they did this pitch for Evil Dead movies, they had been pushing the fans for a long time, but also just the horror world wanted to make money, obviously, but also the fact that like Bruce Campbell had solidified himself as like this like mainstay of a franchise.
Yeah.
And so there had always been these rumors about it, but what happened was in 03, right after the last Spider-Man movie had come out, everybody was that was 03 was the one with Venom and everything, wasn't it the third one?
I think so.
Yeah. I think that's the third. I think that's the third.
Mm-hmm.
And so at that time, you had this kind of this perfect storm of things happening. Sam Raimi had solidified himself as this director. Bruce Campbell solidified himself as this horror icon, right? But there really wasn't a lot of stuff popping beyond the Bubba Hotep thing, which with zero advertising just did really well. Like he's Elvis and he has to go fight a mummy. It's insane.
Wonderful.
It's insane. So this inner office memo thing, basically, and they had to pitch this to multiple parties because the premise of this movie was a sequel to Freddy versus Jason.
Mm-hmm.
And it was called Freddy versus Ash versus Jason. And
I've heard about this.
Yeah, and
they did comic books on it.
Yeah, there's a 6-series run of the comic, and basically Robert Englund was like, I've been playing Freddy for fucking, what was it at that point, like 17, 18 years. He was like, I'm good. I'm done with this. Like, I love the character and all, but like he's been doing it forever. They did a TV series of Freddy. They did fucking 8 movies or whatever. So like by that point, Freddy versus Jason, at the end, Jason walks off holding Freddy's head, and then you think that Jason wins, and then Freddy like winks at the camera, and then it's very shticky. A lot of problems with Freddy versus Jason, but they said Robert Englund had already agreed that horror fans would be happy to watch Ash kill him, and Jason gets to keep going, but doesn't kill Ash. But the movie ends with Ash killing Freddy, which would have been so fucking epic.
That would have been dope.
I get like, and the short-sightedness is the one bad thing I'll say about Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell in this situation. You could have made a fucking masterpiece. You could have made this amazing. It's the crossover of all crossovers. You got 3 different horror film franchises all coming together, and you could have had And I'm a little surprised.
It would have been the Avengers of horror.
Wait, what
100
happened? I don't know
that's-
what's going on. Why did they? What happened? What?
Well, so basically, they were like, well, this could impede our chances of doing a sequel or remakes or whatever we want to do with Evil Dead stuff later. But it's not true. They could have figured out a way.
Oh, they said no.
Yeah. Everybody was on board but them. The Evil Dead people said
Well,
no.
how is
Their
it
team.
effective? Because all he does is kill the other guy. I feel like
I think they were worried about rights. And then the other part, which I understand to a degree, they were like the fact that we'll have to split money 3 ways. But the amount of money that Freddy vs. Jason made was so much fucking money. And the amount of money they would have made on this would have been more than all the Evil Dead movies combined, I'm pretty sure. Like Army of Darkness wasn't some massive release. Like the people who loved Evil Dead, because the first Evil Dead was like, it was like underground. Like a lot of people didn't know about that. That was like a tape you got from your cousin or something, and then you watched like when your parents weren't looking. Like that's how that was. And then the '87 one was a better produced version of it. So then it picked up that cult following and got even bigger.
Yeah.
But Army of Darkness was like. It was great, but it wasn't like some massive box office hit. Freddy vs. Jason was fucking huge.
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't heard of any of the Evil Deads till I met you guys. So.
Right. But you knew Freddy vs. Jason.
I knew Freddy vs. Jason,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the short-sightedness to not just go like, this can only help. Like you're gonna make your money back and some, even splitting it 3 ways.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have action figures. You're gonna have potentially more film deals with if you killed Freddy.
Yeah, Ash killing Freddy is like you say action figures and stuff, it'd make him like, he'd be like a Solid Snake type character. He'd be like a freaking badass hero that would just, everyone would know, everyone.
Yeah.
Like, maybe Solid Snake was not the right pick. I don't know. I think of Solid, I don't know.
It's pretty, I feel like it might be pretty accurate. I mean, like Ash is in Fortnite.
Is he?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
They have an Ash skin in Fortnite. It's crazy. And like his like emote is him standing on like a cellar door with something trying to get out, and he's like slamming the cellar door closed.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that. Well, so then
It's pretty big, yeah.
That's without the movie. Imagine with it.
Right, because that means in 03, so that probably through production, pre-production, everything, it probably would have came out in like 05. And then you would have had, because there wasn't a lot of great stuff mid 2000s. Like it felt like when they chopped off Freddy's head at the end of that, they never solidified anything after. That was the last movie. There was never, besides remakes and or the reboots and stuff, where they had like somebody else play Jason and somebody else play Freddy. Like everybody was sort of just like, okay, well, I guess we're just done now. That would have been the perfect way to go out on all that.
And it's not like people making Friday the 13th movies were kind of wanting that and gearing up to it.
100%.
And Jason Goes to Hell, they confirm, like the director adds in the Necronomicon and the fucking dagger. They find it. Like the characters find it, implying that Jason is actually a Deadite.
Whoa.
Right. And in Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, I think it is, they have they show Freddy's hand in Ash's workshop.
Ah.
Like they implied that they were like dropping these little Easter eggs because everybody wanted this, and then they fucking backed out like a bunch of fucking pussies.
Yeah.
And now we don't get to have it because Robert Englund's retired.
Yeah, and it's these universes have been like kind of leaking into each other since like the conception of the whole
Open
Wes
the
Craven
pipes.
versus Sam Raimi thing, where Sam Raimi rips up a poster of The Hills Have Eyes and puts it in the back of Evil Dead,
and that's in this Evil Dead, right? 81.
That's in the 81, and then in return, Wes Craven puts Evil Dead in Nightmare on Elm Street, like on the TV.
Playing on the TV. Yeah.
Yep.
It's so cool.
So it's all like weirdly kind of like mixed in with each other already. So it's just like, it was just like, this would have been amazing.
Yeah. Well, and Raimi was always like the outlier too. Like John Carpenter, Wes Craven, and like a lot of the guys in horror from the 80s, like they all kind of like they worked on little projects together and like TV shows and stuff. Like they would do like those panels and stuff. But Raimi always felt like an outlier, like a guy on his own, kind of like him and Campbell just doing their own thing. It's like it's everything worked out. It's all fine, but it would have been pretty fucking cool. Is all, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll move on. I'm done being
No, you have every right to be upset.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Feel
Well, at least we're
validated.
getting 2 more Evil Dead movies, which that's good.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about our favorite parts as we hop into fun facts. Do you want me to just go down them and then we'll see if it pops up for you?
Yeah.
Okay, great. We'll hop in. So probably the thing to start with is a little bit of a PSA. So this cabin was a real cabin somewhere. It wasn't a set they built. It's a real cabin in Tennessee, in Morristown. And when they went and rented this cabin, they had actually rented another place to shoot, and it was a house, and the deal fell through. So they were in the same area, but they were unable to shoot there. And then they had to figure out something last minute. And through some contacts, they found this guy who was like, yeah, you can use the cabin. He goes, by the way, just so you know, it's going to need a little work, a little fixer-upper. Nobody's been in there in a while. And then they go, okay. And they show up, and there's 4 inches of cow shit.
What do you mean?
There is animals were just walking through, like, into the cabin. No one had been there for so long or checked on it or anything, because it's just out in the middle of nowhere. Like, it's not even like that whole, like, them driving out, that looks nice compared to what they had to do to get to the cabin. In the movie, the roads and everything is a dream compared to what they actually had to do to get that far out into the woods where this cabin was.
No, but when you say 4 inches of cow shit,
It looks like he broke his brain.
Yeah.
you mean like...
I mean,
Across
continuously?
I mean, they had to get snow shovels and lift
that's
cow
nasty.
shit and throw it out of the house and then clean the floors.
Yeah, well, yeah, you should.
Like,
Yeah.
that's a great point.
Yeah, especially if you have the actors rolling around on the floor at some point.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's yeah. So the guy said, you can do whatever you want with the cabin as long as you put it back the way it was. I don't give a shit.
They put the cow shit back.
Did they actually?
No, but that was like one of the jokes they said. They were like, we made it better. Why is he making us put it all back? And then yeah, in the DVD commentary, Bruce Campbell was like, I thought it would be a pretty funny joke to just put all the cow shit back in.
That guy. What the hell?
So all the stuff that they did to make the cabin look nice, I mean, they literally, like, they went in there. They were doing like carpentry. They built that window they shoot out, that Bruce Campbell shoots out in the movie. Like they built that window into the cabin, and then had to re-put back the wall. Which I'm guessing they probably didn't do that. They said they had to rebuild stuff that they had built into the cabin, but I have a feeling the window wasn't one of them.
I mean, just fucking, the windows of an upgrade.
If that guy hasn't been there so long, there's 4 inches of cow shit, he's going to be like, when did we get this window?
We probably had it.
Yeah. One of the things, though, the only thing they said they left for sure was the fireplace. They built the fireplace into the cabin themselves. Whoa. Which is crazy.
That's fucking awesome.
They went and got brick and mortar and fucking built a fireplace for the movie.
Wow, this guy they increased the value of this place
100%.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and they were like, I guess they got in touch with them. And were like, hey, by the way,
and even more by the cult following. Now that guy can probably sell that land for a lot, of saying like, oh, this is where the original Evil Dead was filmed.
Well, that's what he should have done. Foolishly, that cabin was out in the middle of nowhere, and a lot of old drunks and squatters would go out into the woods and then stumble upon it and then find it so they wouldn't have to sleep outside like they normally would. They said even during production, it was such a known spot for people to squat that they always had somebody on set sleeping in the cabin, and everybody dreaded it. They were like, it sucked.
Yeah.
Whosever night it was, nobody.
Yeah, I mean, you run into other people trying to sleep, right?
Well, the thing is, they stayed there, and then they would wake up, and sometimes other people would be sleeping there too. And they'd be like, "Hey," it'd just be.
So it doesn't even help. They're like, "Yeah, you got to get out, man."
Yeah. Well, the reason they started doing that was because they said the very first night that they left and no one stayed behind, someone stole power tools.
Oh yeah.
Which is the funniest part is they stole power tools and they didn't even realize that the fucking Aflex, thousands of dollars worth of equipment filmmaking equipment, they left. They were just like,
there's other shit there.
Yeah, they were just like, I could use a drill.
Practical. You only have so much inventory space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was me switching inventory.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. I know stuff.
Yeah, good shit, dude.
Thanks. You're so supportive today.
No, I mean, dude, you know, it's easy to be supportive. You know, I'm just like, listen, this guy didn't want to steal the camera work. That's nice, though. You know, what if that guy went on to like make the movie?
Yeah,
just some squatter there is like. He's like reviewing the tapes. He's like, "There's something here.
Yeah,
this could be a cult classic."
He's watching the dailies.
Yeah, he's like, "Hold on.
So
How do I invest in this? I have power tools."
So the PSA though that Bruce Campbell has said in a couple of interviews is that he's like, we've never disclosed the location of the cabin, but diehard fans went out and found the cabin. The cabin burned down because it was in the middle of nowhere and fucking junkies and shit would just sleep in there overnight. And some of them would start a fire and then not put it out, or they would fall asleep smoking a cigarette, whatever. No one knows exactly how it happened, but the cabin burned down because the guy that owned it never bothered to try and make sure that this thing that was from a classic film was maintained and well kept. So he just kind of let it go to shit, and then some fucking.
I mean, he already did.
Down.
What is this? This guy not? You should have sold it a long time ago. What was the point? You're just sitting on a.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, from what I'm reading on Reddit, the people that owned the property did not like people.
Yes.
And it would shoot on site.
So this is
and so Bruce Campbell told fans at conventions, like, do not go looking for the cabin.
Yeah. He said if you go looking, these people are not the call the police type. These people are, we're gonna kill you and no one's gonna know type. But he said the way he found that out was that fans started bringing bricks from the fireplace because it's the only thing that was left. It's the only thing that didn't burn down because it was made of brick.
Yeah.
So the only structure standing, and people have like posted pictures of it online when they've gone out to like find the cabin. And so fans started bringing in bricks to conventions and being like, well, you signed the brick from the cabin. And that's how he found out, you know, that this all happened. So, he was like, you can go get a brick if you want, but you might die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so you know. Anyway.
Which is the most Evil Dead thing.
Right?
To be like, I want a piece of the movie. I'm going to risk my life for it.
And the big reason why they were out looking wasn't just to go grab a brick. It's because they made the mistake of, at one point in time, Bruce Campbell said during an interview that they made a time capsule from all of them in their time there, and they buried it under the fireplace. So he said there's a cigar box that is sealed shut, and it has like, knickknacks from the filming.
Yeah.
And so as far as he knows, no one has found it. But which is such a fucking Raimi Campbell thing to do, to go, don't go out there, you're going to get murdered, but if you do, there's treasure. Hey, you'll die, but it's invaluable. No one else has it. Only you can have the cigar box that is timeless and priceless.
Yeah.
So if you're out there and you're looking for the cigar box full of knickknacks, fucking don't.
Yeah,
It's fine, dude.
because a homeless person has probably got to it first.
Yeah.
That shit is long gone.
Yeah,
dude.
he's already smoked away whatever was in that box. Yeah, it was like the power tool thing, probably. You know? He went inside and instead of realizing it was a time capsule, he just found some old cigarettes and just smoked them.
Oh my God, I'm going to the moon.
He's using the necklace as like a monocle. He's like, I'm rich now.
I'm an aristocrat. So this movie, the fake blood was made of Caro syrup, non-dairy creamer, and red food coloring. And the problem with this was that after shot and so much blood, just nonstop. There's so much blood.
Yeah, there's a lot.
200 to 300 gallons worth of blood, by the way, is how much was used.
There's a lot.
On the first movie?
On the first movie.
God, and the remake broke a record, didn't it?
Yeah, we'll get to it. But yeah, it broke a record. Yeah, but I think at the time this was probably up there, you know.
Yeah.
81 was, you know, it's again, like we talked about, that's the beginning of all of this, you know. But what happened was Ash, more than anybody, is the one who's having to be on set the most because they had to do pickup shots with Ash after they stopped filming, and everybody because they had to take a break, they had to get more money, and a lot of the cast and crew didn't come back. So they did skeleton crew because everybody was like, we're done. We did our contractual obligation. We're not going to shoot more. And there was no more money to pay everybody too. Oh, so they went out with a skeleton crew and started shooting again. But one of the things that happened was, Ash is the one with the most blood on him most of the time. And he actually had to get a different shirt at some point because the original shirt he started with had so much syrup and all that shit on it, and there was no water or heat, no running water, no heat or anything in the cabin. So on set, and there's no like tent to go hang out in like a normal movie. There's no safe space. Yeah. Until you get to the house that they were renting to sleep in, unless you were going back there, you had to wait. So, so his shirt, he said he hung it up by the fireplace, and when he went to go put it back on, it literally broke. Which is so insane. Just imagine picking up your shirt and then it just snaps, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Oh dude? My god! Do I need to lose weight? What does that mean?
All this syrup is going through my pores.
Yeah.
Those POV shots where the camera's going over the water and everything, like under stuff and everything. It's literally like the going over the water shot is literally just Bruce Campbell pushing Sam Raimi in like a dinghy.
That's funny.
You just imagine this creepy movie, this amazing shots, and just imagine Bruce Campbell just like trudging through water. Let's see. The stand-ins were the stand-in list for, they call them the fake shimps is what they call the shimps is what they call the demons, So all the stand-ins they had to get when all the cast and crew went home, Sam Raimi had to hit up a bunch of other people and have them come out. And also during shooting, when somebody had just been shooting too long and you had to get somebody else to come and stand in sometimes, it's longer than the cast list. It's like 12 people.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's this huge number. So and everybody pitched in. It was like people doing crafty, people that were like, the guy who was doing all the carpentry on the set had to stand in as one of them. And so they just put on their same clothes. That's why when you look at some of the shots and like, you're like, kind of looks like a dude's shoulders, like with a girl's shirt on.
That is not the same person at all. Fine.
Ted Raimi and Ivan Raimi actually did stand up, which were those are his brothers.
Hey,
like family.
You know what? They're looking out for him.
Yeah. Okay, so another little fun tie-in. You're familiar with the Coen brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Coen brothers. If you don't know who they are, get a life.
Yeah.
Or something. The Coen brothers, the most famous movie, probably Big Lebowski.
I think so.
Yeah. I think the most well-known.
I mean, to be fair, that's probably the only one I've actually seen. So,
well, yeah, they have an amazing filmography, but before their takeoff, Joel Coen was actually the assistant editor on this film.
Oh.
Which is just a cool little tie-in to think that he saw that, and then him and his brother went and started making Blood Simple, and they did the same move where they made a short film to, get investors and everything, or to get like a studio to pick them up. And they said, "Hey, we need help with our short film." And they're like, "You know anybody?" And Joel Coen was like, "Let me hit up Bruce and Sam." And then they helped them get their short film made to make Blood Simple, which became the Coen brothers' first big movie.
Whoa. Whoa. Pay it forward. Look at that. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's a community.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Pay it forward, and when you know something's cool, fucking lean into it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, pay it forward when you know it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's shitty,
don't fucking pay everything for it. You'll go broke.
That's a really good point. Yeah. You don't need to.
Even if it seems cool, sounds cool, if the guy isn't cool, fucking tell that nerd to shove it, dude.
Yeah, and he's right.
Yeah.
And he's fucking right. That's the sad thing.
How am I supposed to trust you with a movie if you can't even dress yourself?
Yeah. Why are you wearing fucking tap-out shirts?
Yeah, dude.
While directing, dude, come on. Wear a button-up.
Yeah.
A vest.
A vest.
I feel
You
like
look sloppy.
Yeah, be like, do Christopher Nolan. Wear a suit.
Yeah.
where's the
He's-
suit while he directs?
wow.
He wears a suit while he directs.
It makes you feel good. You know?
Does it?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that from now on.
Which
Okay.
only just solidifies my,
Oh my god. Okay.
my feud against Nolan.
Oh,
It's very one-sided.
Yeah, it is. It's more to piss people off, I think.
Yeah.
It gets people mad.
first of
It gets
all.
people upset every time I'm like, Nolan's pretentious. And they're like, he should be pretentious. I'm like, shut up.
All right.
Fucking nerds.
We're gonna move on.
Fucking nerds.
Moving on.
Take off your suit, Christopher. Come on.
Take off your suit, Christopher.
Wait, we were just hyping him up, actually. Oh, I'm confused now.
Oh,
Do I like that he's wearing a
Nolan,
suit?
I wear suits and
I do. I
read
think I do,
quantum
though.
physics. Fuck you.
What? No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, fuck. Wow, he's impressive.
Yeah, I know. I'm shitting on him, but I really am impressed by him.
Okay. All right. So, last couple of things. The part where the zombies are like melting at the end, you know, it's like oozing out.
Yeah, it's got the like, what is that called? The like almost like claymation, like
Yeah, the stop motion.
Yeah.
Oh, stop motion. Yeah.
Which is crazy. They figured out how to do all that stuff themselves. You know, there was no like professional Hollywood person that came in and like showed them how to do it. They just had to figure it out, and it looks fucking great.
Yeah, it looks
it's
good.
fun.
That little like ooze that's coming out at the end is cream corn. It's just-
What?
they were
Really?
just like, yeah. they
Well,
were just,
actually,
like,
no. When you
squeezing
say it,
through.
100%.
Yeah, totally
I
checks out.
Yeah. I was
Um,
wondering what that was. It was like, looked like throw up.
Yeah.
So does cream corn, though. Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what's crazy with this is to have to take the time to build a fireplace and a window and like shovel all this shit out and do all this stuff. They did all that, but all the weapons are real. No one went like, let's get dummy weapons. All the knives, the hatchets, the machetes, the fucking chainsaws, everything was real.
Yeah.
You got close with that chainsaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really close. Yeah. There was the amount of accidents on this movie. It would take, we can't even cover them all. Everyone got hurt.
Really?
Everyone.
It seemed like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce Campbell, like early in shooting, I think it was like the second or third day, twisted his ankle, just jumping down off something, twisted his ankle. There's outtakes and stuff that are, I don't know where you'd find them, but I saw them in a documentary about Evil Dead, and like it shows people like one of the girls being a demon, like falls backwards and like hits her head on the little cellar door thing. She's like, dude, like they're just
Yeah,
showing
those zombies or the demons, whatever you one of the deadites.
Yeah,
Is that what you call-
yeah.
They were so dramatic.
They're so dramatic.
They were like, ow, ow. That really hurt.
They're fucking drama
Ouch.
queens.
Oh,
Like what?
Ash bit me and that really hurt.
You know, one of the reasons why so many people got hurt is because those contact lenses, you know, now they have the contact lenses you can put in and like change the color, like makes them look like demon eyes or whatever. That like all the contacts you saw before like 1988 or whatever, they were all anything that wasn't like just a simple color change and had to be like crazy demon stuff like that. Those were solid. You couldn't see through them.
Whoa.
So everybody was blind that played a demon. And so they'd stand there and they'd wait for action, and then they'd have to go like, and then they'd have to hope that people were like looking out. And of course, you know, they're like, people are busy trying to like get things in frames. People are knocking into shit and hurting themselves.
That's dude, early demon technology. Man.
Yeah.
Demons back then, man, they sucked.
Oh, and you could only have them in for 15 minutes.
What you turn? You actually turn.
Yeah, and then you eat somebody.
Take them off. Oh my god.
Well, and they said
Oh fuck, she's starting to actually see.
and they said the way that they had to put them in is that it wasn't like contact lenses. They had to like literally like somebody had to like pop it onto your eyeball.
Jesus
That doesn't sound
Christ.
safe,
Dude,
actually.
No.
And you can
And
only
they
have
are
them
made
in-
of lead.
Yeah. They were straight asbestos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why they were making them out of mercury, but
That's my favorite planet. That's why I did it. I just wanted to remind myself.
the mercury's your favorite planet.
Yeah, because sometimes I forget.
Something we got to touch on real quick.
Your mom.
Fucking get him.
That's an Evil Dead reference. No, it's not. It's not. Nobody had a mom in that movie.
No.
As you were saying.
I don't think that's canon. So, Jesus Christ, Sean.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh, the woods scene.
Oh God, that's what you wanted to touch on?
Well, we have to because it's kind of important. The actress who played in that scene was not told that that's how it was going to turn out on the end of the film. It just says she's attacked by the forest.
Yeah.
And so,
and you can't tell. I get, because it's pretty.
Well, she knew that it was like implied sexuality there, but they put in post the whole like the stick doing the like. They did not. She was not aware that was going to be the way the scene turned out, and the way she found out was with her family at the premiere.
Oh,
so
that sucks.
Not
so good, Sam Raimi.
Everybody pretty much agrees, including them, that they fucked up.
Yeah,
but everybody's cool. Everybody's
cool now. They're cool.
Forgiven.
They cool.
Yeah, not just because everybody got to keep having careers.
Yeah.
Because remember, they went on for a long time not having any.
Was she not cool for a second? Maybe.
Well, and they were old friends. She was a part of the inner group of people that the only people that had worked on films before this were the guy that played Scott, Richard, and Teresa,
really?
Yeah, and Teresa Tilley who played Shelley. And oddly enough, both of them went on to not really do much more, but they were the ones who had actually worked on professional projects before and were brought on through like Craigslist ads. Like the girl who played Shelley, Teresa Tilley, she like had to meet them in a restaurant because she was like, I don't think this is real. So I gotta go meet at a public place, like a date. Like, and she was like, "What are we doing?"
Wait, she's the one that got touched by the tree?
She's the blonde one, not the tree one. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. The last couple of things we should touch on. Stephen King is part of the reason why this film did so well because especially back in The Shining. They actually beat out The Shining in VHS sales when this first came out. Too.
What? Really?
Yeah. They were super stoked about that because Stephen King said the most ferociously original horror film of the year, and of course they immediately took that and put it on every promo, every poster. They were like, Stephen King likes this. Eat shit. Fuck you.
That's crazy. It's interesting to know that Stephen King is an Evil Dead fan.
Yeah,
that's fucking cool.
Yeah, and he meant it because he didn't have to.
No,
not at all. Like he could have just said nothing,
Yeah, I feel like that was in spite of not liking The Shining.
Yeah. He's like, what just came out? Let's fuck The Shining.
Yeah, he hated that adaptation.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Stephen King, not a fan of
Stephen King and Stanley Kubrick did not see eye to eye.
Well, because Stanley Kubrick was like, I don't care what this is supposed to be. I'll make it what I want.
And you know what? He was right for it. I think he was
debatable. But
listen.
Shining's a classic.
You know what? There's a TV movie version of
The Shining
that Stephen King not co-directed but co-produced with someone, and we can do a mashup of those sometime.
I think I suggested that to you.
Yeah,
it's awful.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah. It's more book accurate, but it's also just
whack.
It's just like not shot well. It feels like the Wish version of The Shining.
Okay, yeah.
I'm curious. It's on my curiosity.
I've only seen clips.
Let's fucking do it.
But those
dude.
clips do not look good.
Oh, he hasn't even seen it. Fuck you.
I haven't.
He's so
What a
opinionated.
piece of shit.
You said it like you've seen it.
Fucking garbage person.
100%. I can ttell you that based off of what I've seen, it is not.
Which is very little.
100% based on the 45 seconds of clip footage I've seen.
Sometimes 45 seconds is all you need.
Yeah.
Especially with movies.
Okay. We're moving on.
Yeah, that was ignorant.
We're gonna.
No, I'm sorry.
I stand by it. I'll stand by my
I know, and
ignorance.
that's the thing. I know. That's why it's ignorant.
That's what
that's what makes it ignorant.
It's willful ignorance.
That is the definition of ignorance. Yeah, that's great.
Willful. Motherfucker. Damn it.
Fuck you.
I'm standing by it. I don't give a shit.
Motherfucker can't even say his condition.
That's what makes it a condition.
Whenever there was dust or mist or fog, sometimes the producer, Robert Tappert, he would sit off camera with a cigarette and just hold his smoke and wait. And then you go,
we're really doing this, man. We're really making a movie.
And it looked great, you know? Speaking of Robert Tappert, that guy.
Wait, hold on.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Sean, say something because the camera's gonna pan to you.
Fucking man, Evil Dead, man, more like Evil Head. Have to say it again. Evil Dead.
vape
It
died. God damn it,
It's
dude.
gone.
Wow.
Well, speaking of Robert Tappert, he was the producer on this, and he'd worked with the entire time with Raimi and Campbell on getting this made. And he was, again, friends with all of them in college, and like basically the quiet voice behind all this that got him made, and became a producer on literally everything Raimi did after. But Robert Tappert, he was what you might call a troubled youth. And the way they were, this is so crazy. This is why, you know what? People sometimes shit on us for being bad kids, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Remember how sometimes you weren't allowed to go to school legally? You remember that.
Yeah.
Not always a bad thing. Robert Tappert used to get in so much trouble, his family had to get a lawyer for him and his brothers because
To go to school?
to do a lot of stuff, to stay out of jail.
Yeah.
So they got a family lawyer, and they pretty much kept him on retainer because they got in so much trouble. But when he got into college and they needed somebody to look over the documents to have this film get released and not get fucked so they could keep all their money, you know, and not have someone take advantage of them. That same lawyer, he's like, they were all like, who knows a lawyer? And he's like, I got one. And that dude became an investor on the film because he believed in it so much and took 2% on the back end and did all the fucking work pro bono to make sure that their contracts came out.
Yeah. But they still lost rights to the movie.
What?
Did they?
Yeah, because that's why in Evil Dead 2 they do that little intro thing.
But that
because
was,
they weren't allowed to like use the movie.
yes. But that did not, I don't think, affect any of their final, because Evil Dead 2 is the one that made all the money comparatively.
Right.
Like Evil Dead 1 did great later in re-release. Like Anchor Bay is the one that put out this DVD, and it's Anchor Bay Anchor Bay bought Evil Dead rights and Halloween.
That's fucking great.
So they pretty much have kept themselves afloat. Also, shout out to them. They follow us now.
Oh yeah.
Anchor Bay Entertainment. We like you.
Anchor Bay's
Yeah.
gonna go on. They're gonna save the day. Anchor Bay. Anchor Bay.
Anyway, just goes to show you sometimes getting in trouble can lead you to some cool shit, you know?
There you go. You get to know lawyers.
Yeah, come on, baby.
Bad lawyers.
Oh, one last injury. Don Campbell, Bruce Campbell's brother, who came out to work on the film with him.
The Don, yeah.
He fell off a
I remember
cliff.
that guy.
And then there
Like
was such
metaphorically?
nope.
Oh.
He fell down the side of a fucking cliff.
Jesus Christ,
And
dude.
then climbed back up and was like, "What shot are we working on?"
Oh, what a fucking champ.
I love it, dude. This is one of those things. I'm like, they said it was torture, but it was also like the best time of their lives. Like,
Yeah.
so much fun, but also insanity.
They say you really like get perspective once you fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
I know I certainly did. When I
fallen off a cliff
heard,
before?
I heard about what happened to Don, and I really like generated perspective.
Just now.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, wow, holy shit. There's like quick elevation dips on this planet. Gotta be careful, man.
And very steep drop offs.
Yeah. Thank God they were wrong about the Earth being flat, or Don would have been fucked.
They did take a hit on the end of this film because they had to pay some pretty big fines for their rental truck to bring all the equipment back. Because as they were taking off out of the woods, they heard this large scraping noise, and they just assumed that the truck had gotten scratched up. And then when they got to their next rest stop, it had started snowing. And when they got out, there was a giant hole torn in the fucking rental truck, and it had been snowing on the equipment.
Jesus
On the
Christ.
top, like there was a hole in the Oh.
Yeah. But all that was able to happen and finish and get the film done and made, which is amazing because Bruce Campbell became a producer on this film, knowing full well that the film wasn't finished. Everybody had said they're not going back to set. They had to go back to their jobs. They had to go back to they didn't quit school. They had to go back to class. They had to go back to their jobs. So Bruce Campbell was the only one who was like, I'm finishing this movie with you guys. And we got to figure out a way to get this paid for. They didn't have any investors left. He called up his dad and he said, hey, I know you got this, this vacation home that, is supposed to be like in the family. And I need a favor and I need you to put it up for collateral for a loan. So we can get this film blown up from 16 millimeter to 35 millimeter so you can show it in a movie theater. And his dad agreed to it.
Holy shit.
And
I can't even get my dad to stop stealing my identity.
Yeah, no, he definitely would have helped produce that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, your dad would have helped produce their movie.
Yeah.
Ray's looking at his credit report. He's like, what the fuck?
Where does this loan come from?
It says out for Evil Head. His dad just got topped off with the movie's budget.
Why does it say I got 2% on the back end of a horror movie? But yeah, the film couldn't be shown in regular sized theaters at a 16 millimeter, and they were able to get it blown up.
What if they did it for like little people theater?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah,
so if there's any like
this film was
so I'll just remain confused.
Yeah,
you will. This film was
do it for the listeners.
This film was
I think
banned.
the listeners are wondering. What was the question again?
Was this film banned anywhere? Yes, it was. Great question. Germany didn't actually had banned this film completely. They had a heavily edited version of it in '92, and they didn't release the full version until 2016.
Holy shit!
This film was seen as one of the bloodiest, most disgusting, goriest films in a long time.
And they're like, "Oh my god, no! It reminds us of that tragedy."
Which one?
The Holocaust.
Oh. Okay. So should we do all of the... It's been a while since we've done a remake versus original, like our first two episodes.
Yeah.
So should we do all of Rotten Tomatoes and Budget all at the same time at the end? Or should we...
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the remake. We got about 20 minutes. Which, to be fair, is all it really needs. No disrespect to them, but they're really... The deep lore is in the first one.
Yeah.
The second one is, it's fairly the same movie for the most part. Favorite moments of the remake and the original. Let's talk about those. Because I gotta say, the original, it's hard to pick because there's so much great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
In the remake, one of my favorite parts is the reveal that 5 people had actually died. I love that. It was so cool. Like, remember when, because you're like, oh, they stopped the demon before it could be birthed from the earth, right?
Yeah.
But then you forget that she died and then got brought back to life. It actually became 5 people got killed, releasing the demon.
That was good.
That
was good.
Yeah, it just got the locket, and you think everything's fine at the end, and she won, and the raindrop that's actually a blood droplet comes out of the sky and lands in her hand. And then this is where the 50,000 gallons of blood.
Shit, dude.
Not the whole movie, just the end scene with the raining blood.
Wait, is this the one that broke records you guys were saying?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Of most blood used on any film set.
Just for the last 10 minutes of this movie is 50,000 gallons of blood.
Was that even? They could have mixed some non-blood in there. We wouldn't have noticed.
That's a really good point. They put you lied. You put regular.
Crazy.
That's so much.
50,000. That's like, is that a pool? What is that like? Damn.
We got more, right?
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Any favorite moment for you from either one?
Give me a second. Let me think. Right?
Anything that really touched you? Here.
Let's chainsaw to the face.
I love it.
It's just a perfect fucking moment.
Perfect. What's the line she says?
God, I forget it, but it's
Go back to hell, you bitch, or something.
yeah, it was like swallow. It's like along the lines of something Ash would say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. But this is from the first one, but I loved the moment when he's trying to get his friend up, the other guy. He just keeps fucking hitting him. Like, he's like shaking the hell out of him. He's clearly like dying.
Yeah.
He's like, get up. And I'm like, he's on 1%. You're gonna kill him.
He's on 1%.
Get him a charger. What are you doing?
Scott, you fuck.
I mean, there's so many more moments that I remember out of like the first one than I do the remake.
Yeah.
Like the scene where Ash is fighting the Deadite off. And I think the Deadite like pushes him or something,
Yeah.
and then he goes flying towards the couch and shoves Scott off of the couch to fall on the couch. Oh, it's so fucking funny, dude. It's just like doesn't even care. He's like, fuck it, he's dead anyways.
And you know, I think the main thing between the remake and the original really is that the first one's so good, not only because of the spirit of it, and like there's these friends making this movie, and you can tell like it's got like heart to it, but also that like there's a singular person you attach to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like in the beginning, it's not, but eventually you're like, oh, Ash is the guy, and you like kind of grab onto that. There is no one in the remake. There's no one. Like they give you a person. They're like, it's a chick, but they spend so much time not on her that in the end they're like, remember her? You care, right? And you're like, I mean, I guess,
Yeah.
if you want me to, sure, I'll go on the journey. But like, I don't really. I'm only doing it because you're telling me. But like.
Yeah.
I don't actually feel anything about this, you know?
Rise does a better job of like kind of focalizing on that person.
And we'll be talking about Rise and Evil Dead 2
On the next one, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the fact that like Ash's biggest enemies in the first one is Deadites and shelving units. He just slams into shelving units and gets stuck under it for like quite a bit of time. He just could not wrap his head around getting out of that shelving unit.
After knowing what we know now, we're like, thank God they had to bring all that in themselves. Can you imagine renting all that and like the owner's just watching the movie like, what the fuck? Until you find out your cabin got destroyed.
Oh, do you know how much cow shit I could have put on those shelves? There goes my storage.
Where am I supposed to put all this cow shit?
I guess just go ahead, put it in my mouth.
If you must.
If you must.
Okay, yeah, so we'll hop into the movie. It's 91 minutes. It's rated R. They had to cut a lot of stuff down to keep it from being an NC-17 like the original movie because this was an actual Hollywood production and they wanted to make sure that they could get their money back.
There's some real fucking jarring scenes then that I think about it.
Yeah. It may not be as heartfelt as the first one in terms of like heartfelt. you know what I mean?
Not as charming, yeah.
No, yeah, not as charming, but they make up for it in gore and kills. I mean, it's fucking brutal.
What
man.
are they? Do you know anything they cut out, or they just said like, "Oh, we cut shit out. Trust me."
In the
Trust me, bro. The original was
if you're out there and you have a 2018 Blu-ray release of this where the extra 6 minutes is, we would love to see that ourselves. But if you want to put in the comments what we've missed, spoilers, everybody, in case someone does that. We didn't say spoilers this time, but I feel like I never need to say it again.
No, you're probably good, honestly.
Thanks.
I honestly never say it again.
Yeah. The director and writer of this, Fede, he's Spanish. Fede?
Fede.
Yeah, Fede.
Yeah, Alvarez. Fede Alvarez.
Freddy.
Went on to make.
There's no R. Sorry.
No, it's correct.
Sorry.
Went on to make Don't Breathe, The Girl in the Spider Web, Alien Romulus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Also was a writer on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, I think, the 22 one, 2022. But
Yeah, they advertised that in Alien Romulus. That someone from Evil Dead was working on Alien Romulus,
which is super cool, and where some of that even more like modern horror influence feels like it comes from. But a lot of the people that worked on this, I mean, they worked on stuff together, and they really did a great job of capturing the spirit, I think, of the mess Sam Raimi would have made if he could have. Can you imagine if you just brought 70,000 gallons of blood to the set of that one? He'd be like, "We'll find a way to use it." Well, in Evil Dead 2 especially, because that one's even more.
Yeah.
I mean, Evil Dead 2, there's a part where blood literally just sprays into... I think Bruce Campbell got injured because of the pressure. They had the PSI turned up too high, and the blood was just like snapping his neck back.
He's like, yeah, you can drop the 70,000 pounds of blood right here. On top of the cow shit?
Yeah. Don't even scrape it out. Just fucking...
I'm going to play God.
So a lot of the cast, they all did a great job. I don't really have an attachment to a lot of these folks. Was there anybody you recognized? Because
no, why would I? I've never.
I mean, you've seen other things,
right? The only thing I was able to point out was Bruce Campbell in Sky High, but that's the other movie.
But for me, that's a great pull. I think it's impressive, you know.
I had a DVD of Sky High. So.
That's so funny. Of course, Sky High is the way you tie your way into Evil Dead.
Yeah. Oh, this is the guy from Sky High. What he's most known for. I'm sorry. What? Yeah. Do they have big name actors in that one?
I mean, there was Mia. Jane Levy. Yeah, she was in Shameless. She went on to be in Don't Breathe, the remake of Toxic Avenger, which I didn't even know there was one.
I know.
Oh yeah, we got to show you Toxic Avenger.
In Shameless.
Yeah,
I've never seen that either.
Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, the TV show, and the Christmas edition movie. Never seen it. Never seen it.
I'm gonna keep doing that. Everything you name.
Okay. Okay. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Shiloh Fernandez, who played David.
Yeah. Guess what?
Drake and Josh.
Oh.
Oh, was he really?
What? Who was he?
He was in one episode.
Okay, that's so dumb. You can't do that to me.
He was in Cadillac Records.
Never seen it.
He was in Skateland.
Never seen it.
Red Riding Hood 2011.
Never seen it.
Euphoria, 2 episodes.
Never. Oh, I've seen the first episode. Shoot.
And a TV reboot of the movie Tremors, which is a super fun.
Seen it.
I can't believe you haven't seen Tremors. I got to start writing all this down. If you want us to... We got to show Sean everything, so let us know what you want Sean to see.
There's so much I haven't seen. Jesus Christ.
Olivia, who's Canadian, played by Jessica Lucas, is the Canadian. She was in Gotham, Halloween Town 2.
No, never seen him. Never seen him.
Never saw Halloween Town?
No.
I guess I would have. Yeah, you would have been pretty young.
Wait, you said 2.
Yeah.
I've seen 1.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah, she's in number 2.
Everybody's seen Halloween Town.
Yeah,
pretty
it's
much.
just on.
Yeah.
It's just like a repeated Disney Channel movie that would come on in Halloween.
She was pretty fit for this though, because she had done The Covenant and Cloverfield.
Well, dude, I've seen Cloverfield.
There we go. There it is.
Everybody give Sean a point at home.
Wait, who is she, dude? All I remember about that movie. I remember I was pretty young when that movie came out.
Yeah, Olivia would have been.
Was she the main? Was she the girlfriend in that movie? One of the main characters.
She's Canadian. That's all I got.
Yeah. I remember seeing Cloverfield, and me and my cousin went to watch it, and we were mad that we didn't see I Am Legend instead.
Really?
Yeah, which is fair.
I mean, yeah, I've seen them both.
Yeah, same. Eventually.
Ooh, this is a fun one. So a couple more tie-ins. Elizabeth Blackmore, I think that was the blonde hair girl. I think, right? She was in
ironic.
She was in Vampire Diaries, Supernatural,
never seen
the
it.
TV version of Shooter,
never seen it.
Shameless, Sleeping Dogs with Russell Crowe is their newest project.
Okay.
She's doing good. Eric, he was played by Lou Taylor Pucci. I don't know how Italian phrases go. Anyway,
Phrases.
shut up.
It's his
Yeah, I
name.
know. Fuck
That's the
you.
person's name.
Okay, sorry, I gotta read and talk at the same time. Eat shit.
No, valid. Hey, no, I honestly
you.
agree.
Thank
I
you.
think
Thank
all
you.
Italian names are like phrases. That
Yeah, it's funny because it's Lou Taylor and then Pucci.
yeah, come on.
Pucci, right?
Yeah,
I got
It's
don't know.
Pucci or Pussy.
He's from Seaside
No, I
Heights, New
think-
Jersey.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Italian dude from New Jersey.
Oh, he's in Crazy. He was in Personal Velocity, which is a great movie in 2002, but he was also in Southland Tales, Avis Possession. He was in 5 episodes of American Horror Story in 2019. But one of the coolest things is that he played St. Jimmy in Jesus of Suburbia, the music video for Green Day.
Whoa.
Oh, sick.
I actually still haven't seen it though.
This is what I do every time I have a fun tie into anything. I go,
Whoa. Green Day.
Green Day.
nothing to do with Evil Dead, but it's fucking cool. Okay, let's knock out some fun facts and bring this puppy home. Fun facts: 70,000 gallons, as we discussed.
Oh, you said 50,000.
You said
50,000 for the end scene. 70,000
70
total.
altogether.
So
Holy shit.
So 10 minutes of the movie is 50,000 gallons. The whole rest of the movie is 20 gallons of blood,
Whoa.
which are 20,000 gallons of blood, which is already far and beyond, the
A
other.
lot. It's a lot.
Yeah,
of blood.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, okay. So, obviously, when you have this kind of mess, they had to shoot chronologically. There's just no way to. You can clean up cow shit. You
recover,
can't clean
yeah.
up 70,000 gallons of blood. Both movies have a moment where a necklace is laying on the ground and someone goes to pick it up and it's shaped like a skull. They purposely took the necklace. You'll notice it in the rewatch. I never noticed it before. The both of them have the necklace that she goes to pick up right before with the locket on it and everything, with the drop of blood hits. When she goes to pick that up. It's in the first movie too, but when they pick it up, both of them, it's shaped like a skull, so it's like a nod to the. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Which is kind of funny to think about, like a PA or somebody just like, okay, we gotta get that, get that right.
Oh, I do remember in the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me. Yeah.
The gasoline that was poured all over the little girl in the opening scene where she gets burned in the cellar or whatever. It was just apple juice, nothing to worry about.
Oh, nice.
So
Oh,
She probably loved that then. She probably loved that. She's like, hey, this is fun.
So you know that scene at the end where like it like pans to her face when she's like getting rescued by the dude? She says groovy.
yeah,
I didn't realize that's what she said.
yeah.
Which is like it's a line that Ash says a lot through like Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness. He'll just be like groovy.
Groovy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's a tie into the original.
And
Where
I was like, why are you so excited?
Yeah, he hasn't seen all the cool Ash stuff yet.
Yeah,
all the cool Ash stuff comes
yeah.
later. This just like got the ball
Yeah,
rolling.
next week you're gonna see like Bruce Campbell like really fucking come into his own on this character, where you're like, oh my god, you're gonna fucking love this guy.
The original idea for sequels, by the way, when they started to get the ball rolling, was to have a sequel to each movie. So there was going to be a sequel to this movie, the way it is, and Rise, and then Ash was going to do an Army of Darkness sequel, and then they were going to have to team up in the Army of Darkness sequel. So it was like Ash was going to like have already accomplished everything he accomplishes in Army of Darkness, and she accomplishes this, and then they team up now in the future, which is kind of a cool idea, but they just weren't able to achieve all of it for many reasons, money and rights issues.
Yeah,
and which is why they went on to just do Ash vs. the Evil Dead, because that was sort of the compromise of how to kind of bring it in the modern day,
Yeah. Oh, so I looked it up. The demon says, I'm going to feast on your soul. And she grabs a chainsaw and she goes, feast on this motherfucker. And like shoves it in the.
So good.
Yeah.
That goes hard.
That goes hard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Respect.
I'm sure I don't think this is on purpose, but it is kind of cool. All the first letters of each main character name, David, Eric, Mia, Olivia, and Natalie, spells demon. That's cool.
Ooh.
That's fun.
That's
It is.
fun.
No, it is. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, you get these fun facts anywhere else, you fucks?
No.
No. Maybe. But we don't know about them. maybe a couple of YouTube channels. Anyway, this film was banned in Ukraine in 2013. I assume right before everything got a little hairy there. Anyway, we don't need to touch on that.
That's why Putin is starting a war with a.
He likes
I said we don't need to touch on that. Ray's like,
he's like, you banned the best movie. You guys need to be a part of Russia because you guys need this.
You ban Evil Dead. I love. I come that I take from you. Yeah, a lot of moments that are like nods to the OG version, which is like the one by one we will take you, join us, the Michigan sweatshirts, you know, that the main character that Mia's wearing, and then there's even the part where somebody goes, "Oh yeah, I did this," and then that blonde guy goes, "Yeah, truly amazing," which is like a line that Ash says, you know. There was a lot of backstory as well that was cut out that wasn't part of the NC-17 issue. It was just for time. They had a lot of story about Natalie's backstory, which, you know, when you watch it, you're like, we don't fucking
No.
I mean, cool, but fucking who cares? Sorry.
Well, what about it? What's your favorite color?
Yeah. Somebody, one guy, the guy that wrote it's fighting for it. He's like, I don't know.
I just feel like it adds depth.
I just feel like maybe if she likes magenta, people will care more.
Yeah.
Diablo Cody is uncredited for Americanizing the language for this. Diablo Cody, known for writing for Juno, Jennifer's Body, United States of Terror, Lisa Frankenstein.
Those are great.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Yeah. And she basically was because the writer-director and his team were all Spanish-speaking. And they were well known in the Spanish horror world, but you know, this was like pretty much their first big film because they had gotten recognized for a 5-minute short film called Panic Attack, which Sam Raimi saw and was like, get these guys. Like, we want these guys.
That's awesome.
Which is crazy because that's what him and his friends did.
Yeah.
Is went and shot a short film.
Pay it forward.
Pay it forward.
I love that. I love that about Sam Raimi. That's awesome. And the fact that he's just like not super hard pressed to have to direct every Evil Dead movie. Right. It's like, as long as I oversee it and, you know.
And I think for him,
the people I trust, that's fine.
And I think for him, it's like, well, if Ash isn't going to be a character in it, and me and Bruce work so tightly together and do all this stuff, it's like, why would we? Like, let somebody else get a chance. You're still going to make a bunch of money. You're the producer. What was the last thing? Oh yeah, that's right. Plays a Deadite in Ash. Oh yeah, the old lady in the movie who she do you remember the old woman in the movie in the remake? That she's like she turns into one of the demons, you know, and like attacks and everything. Yes. She is in Ash vs. Evil Dead also. She plays the old woman who lives in the trailer. Remember he's got the old woman that he's like always flirting with in the first episode?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's in the first episode of the TV show and he's always he's such a dirtbag. This old woman's like clearly like likes him and flirts with him and she's like, I did your laundry for you. And he's like, oh, that's so nice. Maybe you could fold it and wash it. And like tells her to do all this other stuff. But yeah, she gets to be in both of those, which is pretty cool. Yeah, not a ton of, you know, the fun fact stuff is mostly in the lore, you know?
Yeah. It's going to be hard for it to happen when it's a remake, you know?
Yeah.
And that's all right.
And that's fine.
That's fine. You don't need to have the whole backstory.
Yeah.
We left a couple of things out. So if you're one of these deep Evil Dead fans, you know just as well as I do the shit that I touched on is more than most people do.
Yeah.
And so if I missed anything, fucking say it in the comments and then I'll fucking comment it back to you. I'll even make you a little video. Ooh. Nobody cares. I don't know why I'm doing this.
I do love that the words for the spells are all consistent throughout the movies. Yeah. And still consistent to this. Like, as soon as I hear, like, Kanda, I'm like, fuck yeah, dude.
Kanda. You remember the whole thing?
No, I don't.
That'd be pretty wild.
Right?
Any last thoughts on the remake versus the original?
Only thing I'm missing out on was the tapes. There was no tapes. They didn't listen to tapes to find out what was going on. They just kind of, which I kind of get why it was like, you know, you had the guy reading it rather than have the tapes. But I'm glad they bring it back in the next one, though. So
yeah, Okay. Not too shabby, boys. Well, I think it's time that we get into the budget and the box office and the Rotten Tomatoes scores.
This is a long episode, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
If you're still listening, thank you.
pretty much normal. It's 90 minutes.
What, this episode?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever.
Oh, you got used to the part 1 and 2s where we trim off. Yeah. Oh, fuck you. So, Sean, how are you feeling about where you're at right now, considering your win of last year's
I'm feeling
stuff?
good, and I'm ready to start the new year off right.
Yeah.
Get some points on the board.
Okay. And Ray, how are you feeling in terms of you got any plans on how to make your comeback?
No, I have less self-esteem than I had last time.
No, fuck.
I'm actually pretty worried.
Yeah.
All right.
I actually think this is going to get worse for me.
Now, as a show of good faith, would you like to let Ray decide when he goes?
Yeah, of course. Please go
Oh,
ahead.
that's so sweet.
No.
Of
Oh,
course.
okay.
Okay. So, Ray, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Okay. So your very first one is going to be the budget and box office for the original 1981 Evil Dead.
I'm going to say 200,000.
Okay.
And box office. Well, there's there even box office numbers?
Yeah.
4 million.
Okay. All right. And Sean.
I got 160,000.
Okay.
And I'll go fucking 9 million.
9 million. Okay. All right. Gentlemen. Brace yourselves. The final budget for the original Evil Dead was
Whoa, they
$350,000.
went,
Yeah, there we
they
go.
went over by a lot in those
Okay.
original numbers.
Yeah. They well, when they had to sell or they had to mortgage a house,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah, I was thinking about that
makes
too.
sense.
Yeah, they had a mortgage property.
I even thought about like the inflation, like how much houses went for that back then, and I was
Yeah.
just like probably like a bucket of popcorn.
Right. So just a reminder before we do box office, this is based on the original box office and does not include all of the re-releasing and special Halloween nights and all that type of stuff. So just keep that in mind. What do you boys think? The Rotten Tomato scores, and we're going to start with you.
Wait, we don't get answers on the.
Oh, fuck me. You're right. Sorry.
Yeah, don't you just start
I
skipping
sped off.
shit?
Dude, relax.
You gotta.
Won that.
Well, so
You got the first one. We know
I got
that.
the
Yes,
first one
yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. I want to know if I.
what was your box office? What
I
do you
said
think?
4 million.
4 million.
I
What'd you
said
say?
9.
9. That's right. Well, the original boys came out to $2.9 million.
Fuck yeah, cleared.
Clean sweep from Ray. Okay, Sean, don't worry.
Yeah,
This is your
Rotten Tomatoes.
dude. This is your moment. You've been killing Rotten Tomatoes lately. So
Alright.
I believe in you. You
Well,
can do
which one
this.
goes first again?
Ray gets the pick.
Oh, I'll go first then.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm gonna say critics 95,
95. Okay.
and then audience. I don't think a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people who don't like horror would just not fucking get this movie. So I'm gonna go lower on that. I'm gonna say 50. No, I'm gonna say 70%.
Okay. All right. And Sean.
Is it crazy to go to the exact same number? I think they both are pretty high. I'm going to go 87, 87.
87, 87.
That's a good strategy, though.
Nice, dude.
I've never done it before, and I thought, why not? Let's
Yeah.
change it up. Let's go for something new.
Feels sneaky, but it feels,
Yeah.
but it also
Yeah.
feels right. Man, dude, he's a fucking witch.
What?
Is it? God damn it! Dude.
Wait, what? No, what is it? What is
It's
it?
86, 84.
Holy shit, dude!
We're back, baby. We're back.
Whoa.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
They're tied.
Wow. Woo. He's right. Wow.
To
I
borrow
feel
from
good.
Sean.
That made. I know we just tied, but that felt like
Yeah.
I won.
It was a clutch comeback.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on.
Dude, last second pulled it into overtime.
Dude, he really,
Yeah.
that was crazy. I was not expecting.
I just love the number 87.
It's a good number.
It's a good number. I don't know what it is about it. I just like
B+.
Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll just keep what we're doing with Ray because it feels like, given what we just did, it feels like everything's tied up still. So
Yeah.
So let's move on to the remake.
Okay.
2013 Evil Dead. What do you think?
70,000 gallons of blood.
It is expensive. That's true.
Literally, even if each thing, gallon was $1, that's $70,000 already.
Yeah. And there's no way each gallon was $1.
I like the idea that you're like, I'm going to do a percentage based on how much blood.
Yeah.
I'll take let me get a 70.
I'm gonna
According
go.
to my mouth, the budget was $700 million. I might have been off by a decimal or two.
I'm gonna go 20 million.
Okay.
And then budget, or no, box office. 20 million on the budget. Box office, I'm gonna say 60 million.
Okay. 60 million. Okay. And Sean?
I'm going just because you said at one point that Freddy vs. Jason, I don't know the box office of that, but you said it was bigger than all of them combined.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go lower, actually. I'm going to say 12 million, and I'm going to say 23 million.
Watch the budget be 15 million like it always is.
It was 2013, so we got a little out of it.
Yeah. That's why I went higher. And it is Sam Raimi, so I was like, they probably gave Sam Raimi a little bit more than
I
they
feel
usually
like
give
I got that
movies.
one wrong. Yeah, I respect that.
The budget for the film was $17 million.
Oh, that was close though.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that was
you got it.
That was close. You boys got tight on that one. But sorry, bud,
You made a lot.
you got
made a lot.
buddy.
Oh.
It made $98 million.
What the fuck?
How much did you say?
God damn, how much did Freddy vs. Jason make?
He said 23 million.
23 million?
Yeah, I thought I was going
yeah.
up that. All right,
God damn, $90 million? That's like almost up there with fucking Hereditary. And,
that's a lot.
yeah, and what was it? Talk to Me. That's a lot.
Well, I think
yeah.
also for the time, like the only other thing that was big out was like The Conjuring. There really wasn't much else going on horror wise.
Yeah, and Evil Dead has like a big name behind it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
All right. So, Sean, if you can tie this.
Again. I gotta do this shit again.
I gotta fucking crush this shit again, dog. All right. Sean, if you can tie this, it'll tie the whole thing. You guys will keep your numbers. So let's do the Rotten Tomatoes scores, critics and audience. 2013 Evil
This
Dead.
was not nearly as beloved.
Yeah, no, there's no way. There's. Who's going first again? Me?
Oh, yeah. Ray gets the pick.
I'm going to go 76
Okay.
for both.
Oh, he's stealing your move, dog.
All right.
Oh, it felt so cold.
This time,
Right?
then I disagree. I think you are on the nose for critic wise. I think it'll be like 72. But I think audience is like I think there's a lot of passionate people out there. I'll go for like 52.
Boys, critic score 63, audience score 64.
Oh, I got it. Fuck, dude. That's bullshit. That's such a good movie.
Fucking
you
bullshit,
guys.
dog.
Fucking bullshit, dude.
Dude, that's amazing. You guys, I mean,
God damn it.
Woo! Tie game, baby. I think, and you guys tied
I went in
last
this
one,
with
too, I think.
zero fucking anything to gain. Like I was just like, now I'm fucking upset.
I think you guys are still just tied because
Yeah,
you guys
we're
tied
tied.
the first one back too.
Yeah.
Well, boys, we did it.
What a
Yeah,
fun
that was a lot of
It's
fun.
Evil Dead, baby.
Tune in next week. We'll be doing Evil Dead 2 versus Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah.
And the Patreon for this month, of course, is going to be Army of Darkness. So make sure you join the Patreon if you're not there already. You can get a 1 week free trial. Everything after that, $3 is our cheapest plan, and you can get all the free content. And then it goes up from there. But you can get pretty much everything at the $3 tier. The movie reviews, the bonus episodes. Shout out to our $15 tier people, Nicole and Kelly. We love you. Thank you so much for paying the bills, as well as Jackie and what was the guy's name? Dank
Sinatra.
Dank
Thanks,
Sinatra.
Sinatra, baby.
Oh, and Aaron, our newest patron. Thanks for being here, Aaron. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
We love you. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
You want to throw one? I got three.
I never like.
I got three.
Fine.
There's so many notes.
Swallow this.